So I'm back in GameMaker, ready to make a start on my ShapeWorld project. And the first thing I'm going to do, broadly speaking, is to set up the first room, the first level of the game. So I'm going to click on my ShapeWorld V2. You'll need to create a new project using the new button, but I already have my ShapeWorld, so I'm going to click on it here. We'll go back to the screen that we looked at in the previous video. Now I'm going to open my first room so I can edit it, and I'm going to do that by moving over to the assets browser, expanding the rooms folder and double clicking on room 1. Now I'm going to first of all change its name. You're going to be using a lot of assets in these tutorial videos, and it is useful to give them names that are meaningful. So I'm going to select the text there. I'm going to prefix it with RM for room, and I'm going to call this level 1. And then I'm going to press enter and just to finalize that. I'm then going to resize the room to 768 pixels by 768. So I'm going to click in width, type 768 and press tab just to move on. And that is so far the editing that I've done to my room. At the minute there isn't much going off. It's just a blank background, and I'm going to change that now by adding a sprite to the game and setting that sprite as the background for this room. So I'm going to move over again to the asset browser. I'm going to right click on sprite. I'm going to go to create sprite. And I'm just going to sort of move this a little bit in here in the middle. I'm going to click in the name. Remember what I said about meaningful names, and I'm going to put sprite level 1 BG for background. Because I've set the room to 768 pixels, I also want to set this sprite to 768 pixels. So I'm going to click on these arrows here, the resize sprite button. This dialog pops up. I'm going to click in resize canvas, click in the middle, and here I'm going to type 768, press tab to move along, and 768. Then I'm going to click apply. In GameMaker, you can draw directly onto sprites, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to import an image that I've created for the background of this game, the ShapeWorld game. Now, all these images will be available on Teams. All the images, the sounds, the videos that you're going to use for this project will be on Teams. I recommend you now download them all into one folder in which you're going to keep all of your assets. But I'm going to bring that image in now. So I'm going to click import. I'm going to go to my Northern College OneDrive. I'm going to go to NC content. This is where I keep my resources. You'll have saved them to a different folder. And I'm going to navigate to where I've kept my ShapeWorld assets, and I'm going to click Shapeland-BG. I'm going to double click that. You'll get a message coming up, importing files to a sprite is not an undoable action. That's fine. We're going to continue anyway. Click yes. And now you'll notice that the background here has changed because I've created a sprite with an image background. Now I can close that for the time being. I'm going to click that X there to close it. And then I'm going to go back to my room. So I'm going to double click on room level 1. I'm now going to make sure that the background layer is selected. I'm going to talk a little bit more about layers later on, but just make sure at the moment background layer is selected, and that is the background for the entire room, the entire level. And where it says no sprite, I'm going to click on no sprite, and it will automatically show up my sprites folder. And when I click on that, I'll see the sprite level 1 BG sprite that I've just created. I'm going to click on that and it adds it to my level background. And now when I click play or run or tap F5, it'll run my game and it'll open up now with an image in the background. And that's how you set up your first room.